Welcome to another Vanguard match. I'm Colter Hochstetler, and I am the user experience designer for Sunspear Games. With me is Thomas JaKaTaKtv. He is the interface lead and the community manager.
Thank you, Colter. We're spawning here on Naginata, which is a pretty wild map. We have these two fortifications up in the front. We have some side entrances, one of which is blocked by destructible rocks. You do get a backdoor natural as well, protected by a fortification point. And we got quite the cast of players here with us today.
Yeah, it's really close. It's going to be very, very closely matched opponents. We've got the Diamonds and the Masters level is what we're looking at right now.
Yep, and spawning here, Torino is spawning as Raynor. We have Fenix, his ever stalwart brethren, spawning aside him. We got them fighting the double Overmind on the other side of the map, and they'll be played by Daedra and Jumpman.
Looks like Zerg is sending out a quick scout.
Yeah, scouting units in Vanguard, special units. Everybody gets a scouting unit, not just the Zerg with their Zerglings, but everybody gets a special little scouting unit. This little weird bulbousy looking unit is called a Swarm Sentinel, and that's the Zerg version. It's going to run to the melee units over here, the Adepts and the Reapers, and those are the other units, the other scouting units from the other races. They're gonna try to get some information, bounce around, but it looks like the red team here has opted for a more defensive scout strategy, try to prevent information on the other side of the map, but we do have some more Swarm Sentinels beginning to pour in from the blue team.
And the information that they got, seeing this quick expand by Orange, has allowed the green player to go ahead and throw out their expansion. So it's gonna be quick expands all around.
Yeah, pretty fast. We do see, in general, a lot of two-base play. One of the critical moments we're going to be looking forward to is when players decide to take their third bases. And right now we're beginning to end the scouting phase as the Nidus Destroyers, the Obelisks, and the Aegis guns all come online, all those fortifications. And that's going to make it really hard to get information past this point in time. But luckily, the red team has managed to get quite a bit of information. They've got 2 scouting units in. They've managed to scout, I think, all of the gases except for the back natural. So they're definitely working with a significant information advantage here.
Yeah, now the scouts can't even get out. Ooh, juicy.
All right.
So for tech, it looks like Protoss is saving their gas. They're building a lot of zealots, but they're quickly teching to Twilight.
Yeah, and it does look like so far we have the biggest gas guzzler over here, Daedra. He's driving the Humvee this time around, taking his 3 gases faster than anybody else, just really getting on top of them. And he's teching into just adrenal glands, double evolution chambers, and this is a really interesting strategy that we see quite a bit, where players will stick to their low tier units but go for those early double upgrades, because upgrades are universal in Vanguard. That means that if you upgrade your Zerglings, every other unit in your arsenal gets upgraded too. Everyone gets +1/+1. So by sacrificing basically the tech of the army itself, you can upgrade it a lot faster, and then you set yourself up really nicely for the late game. First third base of the game coming down over here from Daedra. We do have a high ground third base from Torino at about the same time. So far economy is looking pretty even.
Green has been, the bottom Zerg player has been on 3 bases for pretty much the whole game now. They got that early expansion, but now all of the Zerg players have their third bases, and the Terran and Protoss are looking behind. We've got some harass, an attempted drop in orange base at the top.
Yeah, in the meantime,
Zerglings are meeting scouts.
Yeah, and there's always a sad story of when a scout meets any unit but another scout, and that is that the scout dies. Scouts are very weak units. You can see them here blowing up quite quickly, and we have a super fast. Oh my god, that was insane. 4 minutes, under 4 minutes 30 seconds, gathering 100 Xel'Naga energy, taking down the Guardians, and summoning the Xel'Naga construct. This beefy, huge, powerful thing. We already have the EU coming out from Torino here, going so quickly for that Xel'Naga. It's very much unexpected. And look at this, we already have attack on the third of Daedra. this is going to be pretty significant. They can do this with this really, really fast move. He's going to cancel it here and slow it down. It looks like he's thrown a chrono on the Xel'Naga. That's the fastest Xel'Naga construct I've ever seen, running around trying to make this attack happen. But the damage at this point has already been done. They've canceled the base. They can retreat back.
Really kicking on. They're grouping up for reinforcements. With the construct's help, they can take this fight.
Oh, they're moving forward here, and a little bit of miscommunication. A 2-on-1 situation showed up there, and again, miscommunication where blue is engaging, green is engaging, blue is engaging, green is engaging. Teamwork so important to a game of Vanguard, and they're not utilizing it efficiently here.
The power of the defenses have driven them back. Without the Xel'Naga in the front to tank it, they couldn't go anywhere, and trying to retake this third, but it's immediately going to get shut down again.
Yeah, I love this strategy from the red team. They're attacking quickly, they're moving into position, they're continuing to attack these weakened areas. They're not committing to this right into 2 Nidus destroyers uphill both ways in the snow kind of a battle. They're saying, okay, we'll take the easy pickings, we'll take it on the outside, and as long as we can maintain our income advantage, we're going to be okay. But the problem is Jumpman has been hanging out, like you said, on 3 bases for quite some time. They're going to have to find a way over to his base. Let's see if they even know it exists. No, they don't yet. A little bit lacking on their scouting. They need to know this base is here.
They have to convert this map advantage into economy. They can't end the game right now. And so far, green is still outpowering them in economy. They're
Daedra.
Right now.
Oh, Daedra, I cry salty Zerg tears for you. My God, he just started building that, and that was the moment that they happened to break through the rocks, and they happened to show up at that base. Didn't even get a second for a cancel. Oh, this is the sad story of Daedra.
Yeah, Orange takes a third. We're finally equalizing in terms of economy, but Zerg is moving across the map here. He's going to shut that down before the bunkers get up.
Very, very nice. We have a big move in here from Daedra.
It's such good timing. There's no defenses, and they're all just about to get up. What a great denial.
Really nice lift over here, and keep in mind that the Zerg team, the double Zerg team, has been ahead in economy for such a long time. Like you said, as we're getting a huge wrap run over here.
Oh, it's close. Okay, but the power of 2 overcomes even the excited Zerglings.
Oh, I don't know. We got a big weird pathing issues. The rock, it's in the way. Quickly, you must destroy the rock to join your brethren in battle. Oh wait, they're already all dead. Definitely some coordination issues coming out of Team Blue here, and it's causing them some. Oh, nice! Look at this 3-ling drop to try and take down a refinery. In the meantime, we have another big attack on this third base, and this is gonna again continue this Zerg economy lead happening for pretty much the entire game, despite the fact that sure, Granos does have a third base, but it's got 2 workers at it. It's not really contributing too much. In the meantime, we have this Ling Hydra force just fighting all on its own. He's like, don't worry about it, Daedra, I can take this. But of course, that has been the major problem that these players have had, fighting one at a time instead of together.
Yeah, Zerg is not taking the most efficient trades, but they're doing a great job of containing. The top team, the red team, is definitely going to have to pick really good fights to make up for what they're behind at. And so far, they've been able to do it a little bit. They're going to need to keep doing it.
Yeah, they really need to saturate these bases. They have them up a lot of the times, but they're not saturated. They're not doing any sort of worker transfers either, so they're running into a bit of trouble on that front.
Could see another summoning, and they have enough units right now to make a proper push.
Yeah, they definitely do. Especially as those rocks are down, this expansion is really vulnerable, and oh my god, Jumpman is double expanding all throughout the bottom of the map. He's saying, the bottom of the map is mine, from east coast to west coast. I will own this town. And he absolutely does. So
we might lead him to it. That wouldn't be good.
Oh, that certainly wouldn't be good. He's going to be able to
look for the Psy Storm on the Zerglings. This is going to be vital to make this cost efficient. Oh, they are getting surrounded.
Yeah, those Hydras come in and say, what Psy Storm? That's not even going to happen to you. Full energy High Templar falls down, but it looks like there's just so much stuff here, just pure number of forces that they're going to push the Zergs back for the time being. Take a quick vision check and see they still don't know about any of these bases in this bottom area, and just the number of Ling drops all over the place. 3 Lings here, 3 Lings there, trying to get some damage on the other side of the map. We do have the small Marine force starting to move in, but you're going to run right into this defensive position from Jumpman.
They really should take that. that fortification point.
Yeah, I don't like to criticize too much, but yeah, they should really take that fortification point. 9S destroyers are pretty good.
Oh, and yellow comes in just in time to save the retreating Marines from getting run down by Lings.
Well, it looks like this first Marine has spotted the bottom center base over here, the second bottom center base. The base in the corner over here for Jumpman still unscouted. It's going to start to increase his economy. And it looks like finally the third bases have been saturated. They have been up for long enough. And now we really have this full-fledged economy for both teams.
Yeah, and red team has taken a really good position in the middle. They've got Spectres to hold it. They've got all their fortification points up, and they're just sort of farming this energy to get more spells on the map here while they have their construct hanging out in the back. So they're going to be able to put a lot of pressure on the enemy bases from this point. It's a really good staging position.
Yeah, like in most games, game of chess, game of pretty much anything that you play, game of StarCraft, controlling the center is an incredibly powerful thing to do. And they're doing that right now in a very serious way. Running over, they're going to check that base. They're going to leave a zealot on it, but they're very aware. Oh, they're going to be able to fight within the safety of this force here. Nice dark swarm coming down, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Huge kill zones coming in. So much damage being dealt, cutting through the dark swarm as it is a spell and not an attack. Really nicely done.
Ooh. Baneling hit is almost good, but not quite.
Yeah, no Baneling speed here. It's going to be really difficult to close this gap and get into all these nice, tightly packed units without the speed.
Zerg's, the bottom Zerg's economy is really soaring ahead. He is not quite doubled his opponents right now.
Yeah, he's the only one over 2,000 minerals a minute right now. He's doing pretty okay. He can take really cost-inefficient engages, and he probably will with this Lingbane composition. But
and
running
with his
in
positions, he can produce for flank. But we've got a Marine harass coming down in the bottom here, even as the middles start to engage.
Oh man, this middle is looking better and better for the red team. They're moving forward. They're taking a lot of really cost-efficient engagements. They're going to be able to take this base out very likely. If they focus it down, come on! They're thinking about it.
They're getting distracted by
there it goes, there it goes. All right, whew, okay, that base is down. And it looks like nicely done. Jumpman has managed to defend his far base on the side, but that's going to mean a lot of displaced forces and potential opportunity for the red team to go for the throat here. They're thinking about it, but like we've said in the past, Defender's advantage incredibly strong in the form of these fortifications and in the form of the forward rally points, right? You're able to get your units, replenish your units a lot faster and get back to the battle when you're fighting on your home turf, and that makes it really hard to push up into the position that we're seeing the red team try to push up into right now. They're being very, very careful, one step at a time, moving forward. These Spectres with their kill zones, shaving off a unit here or there, just trying to make it really cost efficient. But the problem is they've just allowed Daedra's 3-3 to finish, and that's going to put him on an advantage against both red team players.
Yeah, and the red team is doing it right. They're trying to snowball their advantage. They're trying to get it large enough that they can overcome the defender's advantage, and that's how you got to do it. But you've got to also trim these bases, because I think that Zerg is going to be able to just start overwhelming them here if they're not careful.
Yep,
and here they go. They're sending out harass.
Yep, sending out a couple of zealots, but it's picked up right away, and these Zerglings so should be able to clean up very quickly. One thing that I can say about Jumpman, he's had a very aggressive economic game, taking a lot of expansion, but he's stuck with these really fast units. He's stuck with almost all super quick units, very high Zergling counts, and that allows him to be able to defend these bases over and over again and maintain his economic lead. In the meantime, Daedra running in through with the Zergling run by, and the red team takes another Xel'Naga construct in the center.
Yeah, they are pushing it, and just again, we're starting to see Ultralisks come out on the field. It's about time to spend all that fat cash on something big and shiny.
Yeah, let's take a look. The Ultralisk, the leaving the chemical trail of death behind it and around it. If you get close to those guys, not only will their tusks chop you up into tiny small bits, but a noxious cloud of gas surrounds them, so they're dealing 5 damage a second to everything that's next to them. Well,
Zerg
I mean, everything
eager
bad.
To break the center hold, but they just haven't quite pulled the trigger.
Well, I mean, this is weird too. They just lost. Red team just threw away basically another Xel'Naga construct because they sort of sent it off on its own with only a few units. Really, I mean, the Xel'Naga construct is one of these sort of unifying forces that does well in a big army to soak up damage in the front, but not so well on its own. So that's going to be a little bit of a loss for the red team here as far as Xel'Naga cost efficiency goes.
We're seeing harass. Oh, they're going to get this fortification point. That is really important. They have to back out, but being able to snipe that off gives them a lot more ability to move around this area and to threaten all-inning the forces stocked here in the middle.
We got a bit of a really large mass of Zerg over here on the right side of the map, threatening to move into this base potentially, or go right into the natural. There's most of the forces of red are away from home right now, and this is just going to be an amazing position to be in. The Marines trying to use the Sim City to their advantage as much as possible. Red team is not backing off.
Blue holds top. It's looking pretty good for them still, except for the Spectres are coming in really useful.
It looks like they're going to clear out the naturals and head back to defend.
Yeah.
They will lose at least this base on the side, but I don't think it's that significant. They can afford to lose this base and keep on fighting. They've had the economic lead for almost the whole game. They're continuing to maintain it. Losing one base isn't a big deal for them, but losing...
Green is breaking into the production now.
Production, such a critical area to be on top of in Vanguard. Remember, that's not only your ability to produce units, but it's also your supply. By killing any production structures, you're effectively making your opponent's army smaller.
Him into a corner. Oh, the Spectre usage at top is amazing. He gets an extremely efficient trade on the invading forces.
And so many Spectres as well. He's managed to keep them alive and build up a really strong count and get into that critical mass where they can just be so ridiculously cost effective.
The middle is practically abandoned, and Green is taking their opportunity to punch in and grab it.
Yep, we got some basically free fortifications in the center over here that are more or less not being defended. Yellow's gonna move out with a tiny amount of forces here. He's gotta be very, very careful with this super quick army from Jumpman. Really don't want to get caught out of position here.
Orange is reclaiming their natural. It doesn't have a lot of minerals left, so they should be careful how much they spend, but it works as a very good place to hold that first assault.
Oh man, and Daedra just took down another base with a Ling run by. As all the forces of red move to the left side of the map, we have a move towards the center from the green player. He's gonna be able to take out this fortification and healing structure. Not much of a problem at all. These Spectres trying to get their zone set up, but they're mostly hitting Zerglings because the green player keeps the units on the move, keeps them out of those circles for the most part. Ooh, looks like one of these Ultras is gonna almost get bursted down. Should be able to get finished off slightly.
A lot of low Zerglings. If they can keep up the kiting and keep up this cost-efficient trades. Here we go.
Oh my god, these Spectres are saving their lives over and over again. It's all about the Spectre control from Torino that's keeping red team in this game.
Such good control, and now they're donating. Oh, they just lost Defilers, which could help them break this. You know, the red team is just hanging on with really good control, and Zerg has to find a way to really break this, to push in and take it out, because they're making it a chore. They're making it have to work for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting into nice positions with some kill zones over here with a little bit of forces, but man, just look at that mini-map, the swirling masses of Zerg all over the place, just sort of consuming everything around them. Nice little Marine run by over to the corner base. Not much to defend, but there is a Nidus Destroyer that should be able to buy enough time for the Lings to go over and defend, as long as the reaction times are good. But they're attacking two sides at once, two corners of the map. They couldn't get any further apart from this side here, and it looks like they're gonna lose both of these bases here relatively easily.
The swarm is moving down. They're trying to hold on to this, but the Marines are attempting to snipe. Workers are pulled off. They're gonna hold on to this base.
Oh, they just might barely. We're taking a look at the, oh my god, it's under 200 hit points. It's just barely, oh my god, 76 hit points.
Gosh.
They hold on to their economy. But at this point, with losing the base in the top left, and with bases beginning to mine out, the economies have more or less equalized. Blue team still at a slight advantage, but nowhere near the advantage they used to have. Time is running out for them to utilize this method of cost-inefficient trades with higher economy. Eventually, that strategy does not work anymore. They're going for the throat here.
Okay, they're careful. They're controlling the banelings well. They're pushing up. Oh, but they're trying to wall in to keep them out. Oh, red team gets a partial wall. Oh, it's dangerous. Oh, here comes the Spectre
Oh my
shot.
god, the Spectres.
Oh, a lot of it was spent on Zergling. Oh, the Banelings are not trading well. They trade into the Dragoons. The Dragoons tank them well, and now the Marines are handling. Oh, but it only takes a few shots. Decent splits, retreating back. The lift up to give them.
There are no Banes left. Really nice defense here, but as the Ultralists come in, I'm not sure it's going to be enough. One of them is very low hit points. It should go down pretty soon, but holy crap, these Ultras just survive forever. The Zerg is crashing through. They're at this base over here, destroying it. They're at this base over here. It's being lifted. Another base is being killed by Daedra with a Zergling run by. The red team is falling apart. They have to do something now if they want to get back in this game.
The Spectres are still trading good, but it just might not be enough, and now they're having to lift up a mining base, one of their last remaining ones.
Oh man, the economy is plummeting for the red team. Absolute disaster.
We have a whole bunny hill here. Spectres are trying to get their shots. Marines are kiting, but it might not be enough.
If they can get into a corner with a dark swarm.
It's practically ring around the rosy.
Yeah, this is... Oh, he gets the zone set up.
Almost take one down, not quite enough.
But now those zones are on cooldown. This is going to be the time for the Zerg player to move and attack, but there's just so many Marines in here. Nice focus fire on the Defilers.
But they got the Dark Swarm. The Marines are not able to deal damage to units underneath it. And the Ultralists are just ignoring the Marines at this point.
Oh my god.
And now that's the end.
Beautiful.
Oh, what a game.
Beautiful play from everyone all around. Big shout out to all the playtesters, especially these four. Thanks, of course, to Colter for joining me on this cast. It's been a wonderful cast of Vanguard. Had tons of fun. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again soon.